So it's Saturday, and we're at the beach today, and it's a beautiful day in Hawaii, and we're on the south shore of Oahu, and it got me thinking about why it is that we choose to live and work in Hawaii. So I know a couple people have said to me, like on Twitter or online, that I live in paradise and I'm super lucky, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the reality of living in Hawaii. And kind of what that means for me and my family. So number one, Hawaii is super expensive. It's like one of the top 3 most expensive places to live in the United States. And it's been hard because I'm a designer and a developer, and that means like food is more expensive. That means we purchased a home a couple years ago, and it's like a 450 square foot apartment, and it's like really expensive just to purchase that little tiny space. And we don't live like on the beach, we live on the freeway. And that leads me to kind of to the second point, which is the design and development scene in Hawaii. It's not like the best. It's not Silicon Valley. There's not a lot of startups. There's a couple. Businesses are looking for like the lowest like possible like price ticket. Clients are usually older and more picky. It's hard to do like freelance or like web and like graphic stuff here, and that also makes it really hard. Number 3, another thing that's kind of like difficult and interesting about living in Hawaii is we are not originally from here. I'm from California, my wife's from New Jersey, and so we don't have any like blood relatives here, and we have 2 kids, and so we're like quote unquote like on our own, you know, so we don't have as many opportunities for date nights and to get out of the house or babysitters, and we really we lean a lot on our like on our church family. They've really loved us and really helped us, and we've over the 12 or 13 years that we've been here, we've really formed like deep connections with people, and that's really helped. But it can be hard at times when you can't just drop them off at grandma's house and get just a little bit of time together. So that can be really hard. So like the reality sets in that living in Hawaii is hard because we're separated, it's expensive, and making a good living here isn't impossible. It's just challenging because the market here for my industry is not the best ever. Which I guess would like lead me to the second point, which is why live in Hawaii. My family's actually from Northern California. That's where I'm from originally. So we could live and operate near Silicon Valley or near the Bay Area, and that'd be way easier. So why do we live in Hawaii? Some obvious reasons. We live in Hawaii, number 1, because we're called here. We really feel like we're supposed to be here, and so until we're called elsewhere, we're gonna be here. Number 2, it's beautiful, and my wife and I made a decision years ago that quality of life was more important than quantity of money. And so although we don't make a whole lot and we don't have a whole lot, the quality of time that we spend together we just value it. And so that's the number 1 biggest reason why we live in Hawaii. I'd say like lastly, why we live in Hawaii, and this is probably true for any place that somebody's been for a really long time, we love the people here. There's a spirit of what we call aloha, or that means love in Hawaiian. And there's a spirit here of that loving aloha feeling that I've never found anywhere else, and I've traveled quite a bit. People here are friendly. People here are happy. People here are willing to be helpful, and that's just an amazing thing. And so we don't want to take that for granted. But I did want to share a little dose of reality as to the fact that it is hard to live here, it is hard to work here. I think more than anything, this is just like an encouragement to not follow the trend or follow the pattern. It's an encouragement not to just flood to New York or to the Bay Area because you feel like that's where your career is going to flourish, because in the end your career is not the thing that's going to bring you joy and satisfaction. So I hope that you guys have a great weekend, and I hope you're really striving towards having that quality time and that quality of life that you deserve. So see you guys later. Talk to you next week. Bye.